Hey, everybody. Welcome to our regular Friday get together. Gail and I were just talking about this is just like our regular time that we're hanging out at the cafe on the village square. And whoever drops in, great. Just sit and chat, and we're going to have a good time together. It's part of our community building, part of our social connection, all that kind of stuff that helps. But anyhow, I'm Leslyn. I'm from Lipedema Simplified, Lipedema Project. And of course, everybody knows Gail, our community manager and coaching director for Lipedema Simplified.
Oh, and thanks, Leslyn. And you're right. It's just like sitting down there at the CUNA drive-in, and everybody, all those old men, and that's us. We're busy talking, and it feels really natural. I remember we started this 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, about 2 years ago, and I'll tell you, it's become very natural over the last 2 years, meeting every Friday. I'm the community manager for Lipedema Simplified. And I can tell you right now that our community is amazing. And I love being who I am. I mean, I don't know how much I'm managing them. It's like managing a herd of cats. But they they're an amazing group of women and their caregivers. We have several couples in our community, um, where they need a caregiver to help them out throughout the day. And so when I say hi to all the women, I'm also saying hi to all their partners, their caregivers, their spouses, whoever's there, to make sure that they're living their best life as well. So we're glad you're here. And if you have anybody who needs our attention, who needs a question asked or answered, not just asked, but answered, please make sure that you reach out to us.
Yeah, and I love that some of you have already started posting that you're here and where you're here from. You're part of that community that's dropping in for a chat. So we love when you post and you say where you're coming from. We like to see that it's really around the world that people are checking in. And if you have comments, questions, go ahead and put those there. Gail and I have a couple things that we were going to talk with you about today, but we'd like to see what's in that comment section to see what you want to talk about. So you're a part of this. We're just dropping in and we're checking in with each other, which that is actually what a topic that we're going to talk about, right, Gail? The idea of checking in with yourself and maybe assessing how things are going with your lipedema management. Share with people what you were just talking to me about, Gail, about that idea of
Yeah.
checking in.
So recently I've been thinking about, because we've been talking to our sponsors, getting ready for Heart to Heart. And when we talk to our sponsors, sometimes they mention something that, gets a wheel spinning. And somebody mentioned about different modalities. They use, it was I want to say her name's Christine King. That's who it was. Christine King from Infinite Healing mentioned the different modalities that she uses with her clients. And I got to thinking about the number of modalities that I use. And I thought, you know what, maybe every now and then I should do kind of an inventory. What am I actually doing for my health? What am I doing for treating my lipedema?
Mm-hmm.
And I realized as I put on my compression for the first time in I don't know how long on my arms, I thought, when did I stop wearing my compression sleeves?
Right.
I can't remember. So I thought maybe what I need to do is just check in with myself and say, what am I doing? And what did I used to do? And maybe there's something that I could say, oh, I could start that up again and start wearing my compression sleeves again, because I can't even remember when I stopped. Maybe it was when I took the cruise last April
Mm-hmm.
and I was out and about in bathing suits and and stuff, and maybe that's when I stopped wearing my compression sleeves and I never started it back up. But I wore them last Saturday going, huh, I haven't worn these for a while.
And they feel so good. Why did I stop?
Why did I stop wearing these? Because
Yeah,
they feel really good.
yeah.
Exactly. So, I think about, do you have a vibration plate? Where is it? Is it sitting in the space where you always use it, or is it sitting over in the corner with a basket of knitting on top of it, right? I mean, think about all the stuff that we're doing. And hi, Alana. That's Fractal Beans is Alana. See, I remembered.
Ah, okay. Yes. Very
but
good.
but then, or like Leslyn says, is your treadmill? Are you using it to dry your drip dry on? Are you using it for a clothes horse? So sometimes, and don't no guilt. I don't have any guilt for stopping wearing my compression sleeves. What I have is I have some thinking to do.
Hmm.
How do I get this back? How do I get this back into my life now? Because my life
Your
now,
routine. Yeah.
yes, my life now is not the same life I had a year ago.
Hmm.
It's a different life, right? My
Yeah.
routine is different. My life is different.
And you
So,
might have, as you were saying, Gail, seasonal differences. In
right,
hotter weather and colder weather, you might have a different bag of tools that you're doing, and
right,
so it doesn't mean that whatever you're doing right now is your routine for every single day forever, because
right,
those things they fluctuate, they change.
right. I mean, for me, simply, you know, it could just be the compression change on my legs. Maybe in the summertime I wear a particular compression, and in the wintertime I don't. I wear a different one.
Hmm.
Or I could possibly be in the pool in the summertime, but I do not have an indoor pool, and so I have to do something else maybe to take care of what the pool does for me. Maybe
Right.
there's something else I can do in the winter. And those are just two pretty obvious ones, but there might be something else that you do that you find it's different, whether it's like maybe you like to use your pump at a certain time, but when the sun comes up, and you want to go out and sit and have a cup of coffee on your deck, you don't do your pump in the morning instead of
Hmm.
sitting in by the warm fire doing your pump, drinking your coffee in the by a warm fire. So you just might do things differently in
Hmm.
your seasons.
Right, right. I was just talking to a woman who she's doing all these various things to manage her lymphedema, but she's a school teacher. And so her schedule, her routine is different in the summer when she's not teaching than when in the school year when she's quite busy with her work. Then that routine is going to change, and some things may go at the wayside, but she may be really creative on how she, for instance, working in her pump, she sets her alarm for 4:30 a.m., slips into her pump and goes to sleep for another hour while her pump is doing its job, and then gets up at 5:30 and gets ready for her day. Figuring out what are those essential things that maybe you've forgotten about and you want to get those into your routine, and how does it fit into your life so that it's not a burden, so it's not overwhelming, that it helps you feel better. That can be challenging.
Yeah, it really can. um I want to share one thing from Julie Rosa. She
Yes.
says, Gail, I just saw this lovely video with you displaying your arm garments. And then she puts a turquoise face and she's covering her eyes. So I don't know. She,
She has descriptions of her emojis rather than having the emoji. And
right.
so,
I think that's what her computer does.
yeah.
Um, and then I want to, what else does she say? Um, oh, that's what it was. Sorry. And then I want to share from Elena. Um, Beans, but this is Alana. And she said, I have to share. I don't know exactly what is working, but it is working. Have been swimming for 2+ hours and water exercising 5 days in a row. Edema is going from under the knees. It feels fab. And then she
Mhm.
says, still can't get a doctor's appointment. Um, see, I thought, did she say anymore? The weirdest, and then she continues, the weirdest thing is I can barely do 20 minutes on a treadmill, but can swim and exercise for hours in
Yes.
the water. Now,
Yes.
I want to tell you what I was told due to Aunt Sandy's. My Aunt Sandy is dealing with a back issue.
Yes.
And I was talking to her doctor and I was asking him, what would water exercise and water walking or just floating in the water help her? Because I'm her caregiver at this point.
Yes.
I'm trying to find the best method of easing her pain. And he said that if you're a 220-pound person in on land, he said something like 15% is the weight that you have in the water.
Yeah, it's a very much gravity reduced situation. So you can do a lot more pain free or reduced pain movement in the water than you ever could do in land. So the main thing is, can you get into the water? Do you
Right.
have access to a pool? Or can you even just get into your tub? Is that something that you are able to do? Because in the water, I believe, just like with bacon, everything's better. When in the water, everything is better.
So what if I eat my bacon in the water?
Well, I mean, combining two wonderful pastimes.
Oh, I know. I could get a collar, right? And I could
Yes, you have the bacon sitting on the collar in front of your mouth. Yes, yeah.
I think I'd be really, really, really
So,
happy.
and there is a lot of places that do aquatic therapy or water exercise, stuff like that. And now they combine a lot of things. I mean, we're talking about combining it with bacon, but seriously, they do combine, for instance, uh, aquatic exercise and Pilates, and they
Yes.
call it Aqualates. And then they combine it with yoga.
Yes.
Aqua yoga lattes. I mean, they can do a bunch of things, a bunch of therapies that you traditionally would see as happening on land are done now in the water. And if you feel like, well, I can't get on the floor and do my yoga like I used to. Well, you probably can find a group that is doing that class in the water so you can enjoy, what you were doing before, but now you feel completely capable because you can do so much more in the water.
Right. And with that, we're talking, I mean, our conversation just switched to the pool,
Yeah,
which
I know.
right? Which is fine. Which is fine because if you think about it, we talk about using water all the time, right?
Mhm.
To because of the therapeutic qualities of us being in the water. And then we worry about, well, what do we wear?
Yeah.
And I know some of our women they have a compression that they wear in the water, or I wear leggings. I wear leggings and a tankini top. I mean, we've spent a lot of time talking, what do I wear in the water? And those are the really important things. They even make water stirrups. So you have like a legging that goes all the way down with a stirrup under the heel.
Yeah, to hold it down, yeah.
And
I was just thinking about, Where Ease, one of our sponsors for our Heart to Heart event. She has compression capris that you can go in the pool with, and they're not really high level compression, but they're enough to give support to the tissues. And if you feel like, oh, like a kind of a lumpy shape, it kind of sucks it in, and it makes you feel like I don't look so, bad or anything like
right.
that. I feel more comfortable in my body, and now I can get in the pool.
Right, right. And that's one of the things I do. I get my bathing suits. I'll name a brand. They're not sponsoring us. They're called Private Island Hawaii. And I
Uh-huh.
find that they make one that fits my body very well. And I like the one that goes just below my knee. So all of that's supported. And then they have a nice tankini top that comes all the way down and that's what I wear. Now, other people will just get a pair of sports compression
Mhm.
leggings, and they wear those. And and of course, we have to worry about the chemicals in the water damaging everything. But that's beside the point. The other
Yeah.
thing that we have to really be aware of when we decide to go into a pool is, how do we get in and how do
Yes.
we get out?
Yeah. What
So
kind of access does it have?
right,
Yeah.
as you're shopping for a gym or a pool or a rec center or whatever, YMCA, go and see if they have a children's access or an elderly access. I know that might not be what they term silver sneakers access,
Yes.
where it's a slope.
Yeah.
They have ramps that go into the pool,
Right.
and that you could, maybe if you use a cane or or even a rollator, that might be able to go into the pool with you. You might say, "Hey, can I take this with me?" And or
Mhm.
they might have long bars to get in.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
if you're going down steps, going in might be easy because the handrail is right there in front of you. So make sure the handrail extends out away, so when you come out, you still have a handrail to hang on to
Right.
get your
Right.
body out, and possibly see if you can, if you use a cane, leave your cane on the edge of the pool and grab it as you're coming out so that you can have that support. Because the last thing we want to do is fall. And then sometimes maybe that isn't even possible, but they might have a chairlift
Yes.
that you can sit in, and they'll help you in and out of the pool with the chairlift.
Mhm.
Because I
Yep.
do know that many gyms have to have that chairlift for,
I've
um,
seen it at hotel pools
yeah,
that they have you sit in the chair and it swings out over the water and you push a button and it lowers you into the water. And then the same way to come out, it would lift you up, swing, and then you just stand up from a chair on the deck.
yeah.
Um, yeah, check out access before showing up your first day.
Mhm, yeah, and actually, that's a good idea, though, Catherine. I'm not calling you Catherine, Leslyn. Um, think about, you might not have a gym close to you, but you might have a pool in a hotel
Yes.
close to you, and you might be able to say, "How do I get? I can't get to a pool. How do I get membership to your pool? Is there
Yeah, and
something that
hotels do that.
is
Sometimes I've seen, I was at this one hotel that they, in the mornings, it was all teaching kids to swim. They had,
okay?
you know, opened up the community for that. So,
Yeah.
don't be afraid to ask.
Yeah, don't be afraid to ask. So anyway, that was my tip for today. and how it works, because we kind of get off topic, but we're
Yeah.
still on topic.
Well,
Anyway,
and I want to just before we wrap up for today, I want to make sure that we talk about our big event that's coming up at the end of this month, our Heart to Heart event, virtual event. It's coming up October 27, 28, and 29. And remember, this is an interactive event. This is you participating along with all of the speakers, the experts, the vendors, we're all on the same level. We're all talking because you are an expert as well. And so I really value your input and your participation in this event. There's links below for you to check it out. But I also I'd like to highlight with Gail to just our various sponsors, because we've been doing interviews with them. And so you may want to check out some of these videos on, Gail can tell you where they are, but that we've talked with a lot of our sponsors, and they're talking about their products and how they can benefit someone with lipedema. Can you talk about that a little bit, Gail?
I can, and I want to tell you right now who our sponsors are before I do that.
Yes.
I'm gonna post it here, and we just got another one.
Do you want me to go to just, I'm looking at our page right now. Should I go ahead
Yeah,
and list them while you're putting them in the chat, Gail?
well, I'm going to put them on a banner underneath us.
Oh, okay.
So I'm
Okay.
going to do that. So
Yes, go ahead.
the sponsors so far that we've talked to are Lymphopress. We had Eric Ansert from Lymphopress. We have Waries, a compression company here, right here in Boise near me. I've actually met Phyllis,
Yes.
um, Phyllis, Phyllis Keith. And now you represented Waries when you went to,
I
you,
was just at a couple of conferences, yeah, in the National Lipedema Network in Philadelphia, and I helped Phyllis a little bit with her booth. And then she sent me to another conference through Lymphology Association North America and American Cancer Society. They were doing a summit talking specifically about breast cancer related lymphedema. And she sent me down there to talk with them in St. Louis. And so, yeah, I do a lot of stuff with Phyllis. I
yeah.
really like her products.
And you used to stock her products?
Oh yeah, I kept a full inventory of several different types of her products of all a variety of sizes, because when someone comes in and they're uncomfortable, if I could put something on them on day one that gives them relief, then I want to have that there. And that's what Phyllis's products did for a lot of my patients. They would walk in, we figure out what size, they put it on, and okay, now I'm feeling pretty good. Now let's talk.
Yeah. And that is amazing, because with compression, so many people are like, well, what kind of compression should I buy and what should I do? And there's so much mystery around compression because we're all so unique, and all the compression companies have different styles and different products. So there is a lot of just mystery and confusion around compression. But like you said, if it feels good, let's get
That's
it
your
on.
first clue that this is something good for you.
Right,
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
So we already have talked to Phyllis, and we talked to her on no, Thursday.
Tuesday? Tuesday or
Uh,
Thursday? I can't remember.
no, what is today?
Today's Friday.
We talked to her on Wednesday,
Yeah.
and then we talked to Christine King from Infinite Healing on Thursday, on yesterday, and she talks. She's an uh,
She's a CLT and a massage
Yep,
therapist.
right. And
Mhm.
she's a massage therapist. Sorry, I lose this. And
Mhm.
she talked about many of her different modalities and things like that. And then Eros Medical will be coming up sometime between now and our event. We just got a hold of them, and I believe I'm going to talk to Adi McKenzie, who's one of our coaches, because she also works with Eros Medical.
Yeah.
And then, believe it or not, Waries, Phyllis Keith, we're going to meet again with her on Monday.
Yes.
So
Yes.
don't forget, if you want to hear her, she's a delight. She
Yes.
is just
She is.
when she told me that it was Phyllis and her sister who
Mhm.
decided, you know what, people need compression that's easy to put on, and they started developing it,
Mhm.
and then they couldn't get anybody to bite, and so they had to kind of start their own company,
Yeah.
to create this wonderful, beautiful compression. And that, it's like they're designing it. I was absolutely thrilled to hear the story on how she became a compression manufacturer,
Yes. Yeah.
designer and manufacturer. It's
A
pretty cool.
woman-owned company. Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So anyway, those are the four um, sponsors that we're going to be featuring this
I would
weekend.
love to mention our other sponsors that are also helping out with this event coming up. Many of you already know about Own Your Labs, and that is a company that Siobhan Huggins and Dave Feldman have for you being able to get any lab work you want. CareMed is helping us, and Original Ketone company is going to be helping us. And LMNT is going to be
Oh, yeah.
participating. And sorry, what did you say, Gail?
I said, "Ooh, yeah, LMNT.
Yeah,
I drink that."
yeah, me too, me too. Natural Wellness Boston
Yep.
is participating, and the RLD group is part of this. We also are in partnership with Learn Lymphatic Education and Research Network, and also Lipedema Project. So we got a lot of sponsors check out the link below to find out more about the event coming up 27, 28, 29, and sign up. Be there with us. Participate.
Yeah, I'm excited. I know everybody loves me because I get excited about every single one of these events. But I am extraordinarily tickled. I mean, I am actually so tickled that I talk to people who are sick and tired of hearing about how tickled I am, and they glaze over when I talk to them. But I love the direction that Lipedema Simplified is going in.
Yep.
I love it. It feels so community driven.
Yes.
So, I mean, our wisdom circles with everybody who participates and looks for the next step. I just can't wait to be part of the Heart to Heart, because this is when we all come together and we learn and we share and we learn from each other, and I'm tickled.
It's going to be a great event. It's going to be a great event. Check out the lineup of the people that we have coming to talk. It's pretty spectacular. I think you're going to want to be there for that, but you're going to want to be there for the community involvement, to be interacting, to making connections with people. There's a lot to be there for.
Yeah. And who's our keynote speaker?
Dr. Stanley Roxon. We're honored and thrilled to have him as part of this event. You really want to be here.
and he's co-authored something with us, correct?
Yes, we have a paper that's been submitted for publication. It's about a case definition for lipedema to be used in research, to facilitate the ability to be able to aggregate lots of different research projects together to get uniform results, or results that we can aggregate together, because we're all on the same page. We're all using the same definition. And Dr. Roxon is one of the authors on that paper.
Yeah. So, and he'll be right there with us at Heart to Heart. So it's going to be fabulous. Yeah. Like I say, I'm tickled. I get all excited and look, Agnes is here from.
Hi, Agnieszka.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen you. Hi, honey. So anyway, yeah, it's going to be a fun event, and it's only 2 weeks away.
Yes, it's coming up fast. Coming up very fast.
So we got to get busy. We better get busy.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us here today. It's been wonderful chatting with you. Thank you to all of you who posted, said hello in the comments. We're so happy to be here with you, and we look forward to being back with you again next Friday.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.